Hello again, crafty friends. So as promised, I am going to show you how I put together this cute little adorable Memorydex card slash loaded pocket. So give me just a second and let's get started and I'll show you exactly how I did it. So first, you're going to need a piece of 4x5 cardstock. This is going to be your base for the pocket. Then you're going to need a piece of 4.5 wide this way by 5 inches high, another piece of cardstock. Now this is my advice here, just based on what I did when I made the first one. This is 110-pound cardstock and this is like 65, and the reason why I'm recommending you do this is because you have way more give in the 65 than you do the 110, especially when you talk about putting the two pieces together. So if you want to pack a little bit more into your little mini loaded pocket, then I recommend you doing it this way. So once you get this piece, you're going to score on each side 1/4 of an inch on both of these sides, and then we'll come back to that. So for my front pocket, you're going to need a piece that is 4.5 inches wide by 2.5 inches high this way, because it's going to fit right there on that pocket. And this has got to be scored at 1/4 of an inch as well. So let's go ahead and score that and get that done out of the way. And let's go ahead and just kind of burnish that down a bit. Okay, now I'm also using a template that I made because I do not have one of the Heidi Swap punches, the Memorydex punch. I don't have one. I don't have one of the dies, so I literally just cut my own. And so I use this as a template. We're going to come back to that. I'm going to go ahead and show you the rest of the things we're going to need. So for that, you're definitely going to need, one of these if you're going to punch your own. I'm going to use a piece of 4x5 piece of pattern paper for the back, but I'm going to I shaved off about 1/16 of an inch this way and this way, just so it just barely is short on all sides there. I want to have a slight mat on this, but I'm going to show you that in just a moment. And then for the top half of the pocket, you're going to need a 3 7/8 inch wide this way by 3 inches high here. And that's going to end up going on there right there. And then you're going to need for the front pocket 3 7/8 inch wide this way by 2 1/8 inch this way. And so that's going to sit matted on that. Now, again, if you prefer it not to be, have these little white edges, you can cut it to the size or whatever size you so choose to. I'm just going to show you how I put mine together. And you see I have the 1/4 of an inch. It's not really a gusset, just so it'll give a little bit. But I did not do that for the bottom. You can do that for the bottom if you want to. I didn't want to because I really intend it to be as flat as possible, and I knew if I started adding gussets everywhere, I'd just keep stuffing and stuffing and stuffing, so I didn't do that. So let's get started and put it together, because it's very important to punch as you go, because if you don't, you're quite liable to get too thick of a project and not be able to punch through it all. So here is my original 4.5 by 5 piece of 110-pound cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and punch. Okay, we have that punched. Now I'm going to go ahead and punch this one as well. So we're going to go ahead and take that off, get that out of the way. Let's get this lined up again. Okay. So this is going to fit right there on top right there, and that's what's going to create our first deep pocket. So let's go ahead and glue that down. Like I said, I did not add a thing at the bottom because I didn't want to add any additional to it than necessary. But if you would like to do that at the bottom, just add you another 1/4 of an inch. So instead of this being 5 inches this way, just do it 5 1/4. we go. Okay, now I have my first pocket. All right, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and take my background paper from my large pocket and go ahead and glue it down. Because if I don't, it's going to be a little harder to tuck it inside that pocket. Not impossible, but a little harder. Okay, so now we have our pocket and our background on that. Now we are ready for our front pocket here. So remember, it's going to go right here like this. And I'm going to go ahead and cut, or punch rather. I'm going to get this lined up. I know it's kind of hard to see there. And so right there, that's ready. I've got it lined up. It looks good. And so I'm going to go ahead and put my glue down. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my front piece. That's going to go right here, just like that. And go ahead and punch the holes for that. Yeah, we're going to put that right there on top. Yep. Let's go ahead and glue this down. And we just go ahead and stick that on down. Get it lined up as even as possible. And then we'll go ahead and burnish it down. Let's go ahead and put the back on. So here's the back piece. We're going to go ahead and get this lined up for the back. Okay, so we have the top, the bottom little pocket, and the back put together. And so now we're going to take our scissors and we're going to go ahead and cut right here a small little slit so that it'll fit right into the Rolodex, Memorydex thing. This is a little hard because there's a lot of paper there, but it's possible. Trust me. There we go. So now we have our holes punched, and you can make them a little wider if you want. But there we go. That is how we put together the cute little adorable mini loaded envelope slash Memorydex card. Guys, I really hope that this was helpful for you. Please feel free to ask any questions. And if you need any additional instructions, please let me know. Thanks for watching, guys.